Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for Student Organizations and Student Government. My name is Patrice Abner. I serve as the Director of Student Inclusion. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm gonna give this presentation on behalf of the Office of Student Engagement and Leadership. We also have Sade Meeks joining us today, and I'm gonna let her introduce herself before we get into the session.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sade Meeks, and I'm your current student government president. I'm really happy to be here to answer any questions you guys need have about anything. We're pretty well versed in kind of everything involving student involvement, not just SGA. So feel free to ask anything about that as well. Thanks.
Cool. Let's get into it. So the Office of Student Engagement and Leadership is a newly started office. It's located on the second floor of the Davis Student Commons across from our Buccaneer Game Room and Esports Lounge, so you won't be able to miss it. This is just some contact information, so their phone number is listed here for you if you want to write that down. Their email address is engage@ju.edu, which is really easy for you to remember. And then all the things that are happening on campus with student life, we try to post on our Instagram page. So it is at JU_student life. So if you're not already following, we would love for you to go ahead and follow us there. In the office, they have 3 full-time staff members. So Ami Lewin, who's been helping you through orientation, serves as the director of that office. Kristen Smithson, the assistant director, and then Miss Katie Cunahan is the administrative coordinator. So in the office, there are 4 branches of what we oversee for involvement. The first one is fraternity and sorority life. So if you're interested in learning more about fraternity and sorority life, we will be having a session that I will host this afternoon at 5. So we'd love to have you there. There was previously a campus event session, and then student organizations and student government are here right now. So we'll talk about that. So you might be wondering, like, why get involved? Some of you might have been involved in high school and you're just trying to get involved on campus. But here are some reasons that we think it's important to get involved. It's a great way for you to make new friends. You can discover new or expand on passion areas that you might have. There are so many student organizations and it's very easy to start one. So you can always join something to try something new. You can explore the Jacksonville area. A lot of our student organizations will go out and do community service or have dinner together in the area. So it gives you an opportunity to really see what all Jacksonville has to offer. And then you can make a difference on campus. I think a big thing for us is that we want this campus to be better than when you came here. So making a difference through a student organization, through SGA, is really important for us for you to have. So we're gonna talk about student organizations. We have broken them up into organization categories. So we have academic organizations, which could include honor societies or things related directly to your major. We have cultural and identity-based organizations like our Black Student Union or our LGBT organization. There are clubs, interests and hobbies. So we had an orientation leader last year start a club called Crafty Pals to get people engaged in doing crafts together. So there are plenty of interest and hobby groups that you can join. Media and publications, we have a radio station, we have a newspaper. So if you're looking to get into that field, it's really cool that you can start your own radio show on campus and have that part of your experience. There's political and social justice organizations. So we have a College Republicans, a College Democrats, plenty of organizations for you to exercise your rights of power in the voting realm and what you want to do when you leave here. We have professional organizations and then spiritual and faith-based organizations. So many groups that might hold some kind of Bible study or service for you to get involved and connected with as well. For you to see all of the organizations we have to offer, we did not list them here, but you can go to ju.presence.io, which is our student organization software platform, and you can see what student organizations are active on campus right now. And if you don't see things you like, you can always think about what you want to add. So you might wonder what student organizations do. So we thought we would just list a couple of things. So they facilitate meetings on various topics. Some groups meet once a week. Some groups meet once every other week. It really just depends on the group. They host events for campus. So not just for the student organization, but events that everyone can come to that are open to everyone. So if you're not sure if you want to join an organization, but they're having an event, you can always just pop up to the event and see what it's about. They volunteer in the community, like I mentioned earlier. It provides networking opportunities. I feel like a lot of student organizations bring in guest speakers from campus or in the community, and I think it's a very good way for you to network and meet people that you might not have met before. They teach important skills like leadership, time management, and goal setting. A lot of the things you do in student organizations will catapult you into your career and what employers are looking for. So the skills you will learn in a student organization are really important for you to get outside of the classroom. And you build friendships. You meet new people, you get to learn leadership skills from other folks, and it's really good just to build friendships. So like I said, if there's nothing for you that you see on Presence, you can create a new student organization yourself. It's a very easy process. Sade has started a student organization herself as well. So I'm sure she can tell you all about how to do that if you have any interest. But step one is just to meet with the Office of Student Engagement and Leadership to discuss your idea. And then you will prepare a constitution, get a faculty or staff advisor, and then you will need a secretary, president, and treasurer. And there is a template of a constitution, so don't feel like you have to create this whole constitution you don't know how to do. We give you the tools for you to be successful in that. Then you will complete the organization registration form on Presence within the first couple weeks of the semester. And then you will attend a training so that you are equipped and you have all the knowledge and skills that you need to be successful with the student organization. So we're gonna get into student government, and Sade, feel free to interject anywhere you feel you want to, but this is our executive board for this upcoming year. We're very excited to have Sade, Omar, and her team ready to help make campus a better place. Sade has been on the student government for many years and has already started making her impact this summer with things that we're doing on campus. So very excited to have her. There are some email addresses there for folks if you want to contact them. But this is the executive board, and you can see where you can see who everybody is on SGA's social media platform. So what does student government do? It might be a little different than like a student council you had in high school, but they act as an advocate for the student voice. They provide funding for student organizations. They host open Senate meetings for students to come in and talk about their concerns or things that they might want student government to kind of make change with. They improve the student experience through legislation and different initiatives. And then they regularly meet with university leadership to better the student experience. Sade, while we're on this slide, can you talk about maybe some things you guys have done in the past to improve the student experience through legislation or initiatives?
Yeah, of course. So basically, every year, whatever administration has their, I guess, their passion project of what they would like to accomplish. I've been on SGA this is my third year. I think student government is a good place to, start in the Senate and then move up to the exec board. And then, cause I didn't just, run for president, I was treasurer first and then vice president, and now I'm president. And through my 3 years, it's given me a lot of insight on kind of what we can do better, what we're already excelling at. And a project that was my treasurer year, which was 2 years ago, we actually got the Hammock Village up, which if you guys seen it on social media, it's basically just a little area with a bunch of hammocks, and it has our signage on it, and it's free hammocks for anybody to lay or do whatever they want at any time. that was something that was a passion project by the Outing Club because they're very outdoorsy, and then also collaboration with SGA. That was my treasurer year. And then my vice president year, well, actually, there were two things my treasurer year. Another thing we did, which was pretty cool, I thought, was the car wash station, which was it's on the Oak side of campus. It definitely needs to be maintained a little bit better, which is something we're working on this year. Sorry, I was looking at the, the question someone had. But yeah, so the car wash station is something that was a passion project that we got to accomplish. And then also other things that are, you know, maybe not fun, but definitely useful for students. Like, for example, our director of student affairs for 3 years in a row now, was able to get a room open in overnight for students who study really late. There was a room in DCOB where we left snacks there for people who like are, you know, maybe commuters and they don't want to, you know, drive an hour home. They just want to study, whatever. So those are like just some small things that we do around campus to try to help. But we also collaborate with different areas around campus. For example, campus security. We got these cool cards where basically like if you like use it in a drink, you could tell if it's like been it's like for safety, alcohol safety. You can tell if it's had like something spiked in it or something. So like you can have the card, you can drip some of your drink on it. Let's just say you should never drink a drink that you put down, but let's just say you did. It would be nice to have that card on you so that you could know if your drink tested positive. So there's just like little things like that like kind of add up and end up having some type of change on campus. And we make a lot of decisions within SGA to try to make everything better for you guys. So those are just some examples of like big projects that we do, but definitely behind the scenes, there's a lot more that happens like within the sending meetings and things that we change it all the time. So definitely a lot of work, but it's definitely rewarding. And I encourage you to get involved as much as you can, for sure.
Thanks, Sade. Debbie asked how we are going to be moving forward with student organizations being virtual. So we want people to still get involved, and we're still going to push through and have student organizations meet, and it might be through different virtual platforms. So they can use Blackboard Collaborate, they can use Zoom. If there are small groups that can social distance, that will be something that they can do as well. So we're just really trying to ensure that everyone stays safe, but we still want you to get involved and be able to meet and connect to people while you're on campus. So if you want to get involved, but you don't know where to start, I think the first place is our social media handles. Definitely, since we are not together right now, social media is a great place for us to start. So as I mentioned, JU_student life is kind of where we put a lot of what everybody's doing. That account reposts what student orgs are posting. So that's a good place to start. Dolphin Productions has their own Instagram, and Dolphin Productions is our student-run programming board. And they plan events for campus from our typical homecoming to trivia to bingo, you name it, they're probably planning it. Mm-hmm. So their Instagram is going to show you some stuff we've done in the past that's been pretty cool. And then if you have ideas, you can always write them on Instagram as well and give them the ideas you have. And then JU_SGA_ is the SGA Instagram, and you can find out all things happening with student government. We mentioned visiting ju.presence.io, and I know some of you have already clicked on there and tried to look around and see what's happening. And then on campus, we have these big bulletin boards, and student orgs usually post flyers for events. It's my favorite place to find things. I usually, when I'm coming into the office for work, I will stop and look and see what all the cool stuff is happening on campus. So the bulletin boards are really pivotal, I think, to see like what's going on. You can attend the virtual student organization fair that will happen within the first couple weeks of classes. And then there's a event app that we have, so you can download, you can search Jacksonville University Events app in your app store, and it will have all kinds of events that are happening on campus as well. Any questions? I see Grace asked how the virtual student organization fair will work. We're still working through the kinks in the process, but as soon as we have that information, we'll be sure to share it with everyone. There will also be some events and ways for you to get involved and connected as soon as you get here and you move in. So our goal is to do some programming virtually as soon as you get to campus. So hopefully you'll be able to engage virtually and meet new people that way as well.
The person who asked about jumps, if you don't mind, I could tell them a little bit about jumps.
Sure.
I'm not in jumps. I'm a business major, but I knew the president of jumps, and I know like a little bit about what their programming is like. So JU jump stands for JU Medical Professional Society, and basically the whole goal of that program is to bring outside speakers on campus who are in different fields of the medical profession and teach the students who are on campus about like certain different fields depending. Like I know there's a dental society and they might have, but that's only about dental. The medical is more for like people who are pre-med or maybe going into nursing, and then like there's different aspects to those things, and like their program revolves around like learning about the different different options you have in the medical professional. It's like it's not just nursing, it's not just this, you know what I mean? And it gives you like that experience of talking to those people and kind of networking with those people, and that's what all their programming is surrounded by. And Francis is graduated, but he was president of that for a long time, and I'm sure the leadership is just as good now. So that's what they do, Cameron.
Were there any other questions for Sade or I that we can answer for you? Cool. We're really excited for you to come to campus and get involved and make your stamp here and leave your legacy through involvement. So come get engaged, and we can't wait to meet you.
Right.